Hello guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm here with Amelia Faulkner, Davies,
Hello.
Rosa Swann,
Hey.
and Helen Juliet.
Hi.
They're all MM authors. That means they write gay romance, gay fiction.
Yeah, gay fiction.
Yeah, they write gay.
Super gay.
And the bisexuals.
I was going to say, we
Yeah.
like LGBT.
LGBT, yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, everything. Well,
All of it.
everything. Yeah, all of it.
All of it.
We just came back to the hotel from the Shimmer author signing event.
Mhm.
I believe that's the
I believe that
official
the
title.
yes, the Shimmer MM author signing event.
I don't know, I just keep saying
I didn't get to sign any authors. You guys are in for it.
Uh-oh.
Where are my Sharpies?
What did you guys think?
That was great. Yes.
I like the size of it because I've been to a few bigger ones and not really the smaller ones. I think your PrideCon was a similar sort of size, maybe a little smaller.
EPC was possibly a little bit bigger actually.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, and
reader attendance wise,
Yeah.
I think Shimmer had quite a lot of authors going around buying each other's books because we do this.
yeah.
We do read.
Books,
Yeah.
give me the books. But yeah, no, I thought it was quite a nice size. I thought the location was great.
Yeah.
I initially I thought, oh my god, that's like the bum end of nowhere. You've got to
yeah.
drive out to it or get a bus or whatever. But actually, once we were in it, it was great. It was
Yeah.
really well laid out. They did so much work getting all the tables ready.
Oh
and
yeah, everything was so organised. I
Yes.
don't think I've been to any event where they had pens for you,
Yes.
little signs out for you.
We have bowls of sweets ready for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, we did.
And
There
some-
were
way
bring our
too
own
many
bowls.
sweets
So
going
many
around.
sweets.
And some nice gift bags with some sustenance for the day, which
Yeah.
I really appreciate.
Bottle of water, banana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that was brilliant. I thought
Yeah.
that was excellent.
I mean, kudos to the girls who organised it.
Yes. Phenomenal job.
Yes, and we'll definitely be there for next
Yeah.
year or the year after.
Year after, I
They
think. 'Cause I
mentioned
think they're going to alternate it with
2019,
UK Meet, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
I think it was Rosa's first event ever.
I've been to a young adult literature thing, but this was
First
my
MM
first.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my first MM, and my first time as an author, and yeah, my
Right.
first time doing a book reading and
all sorts of
You
You
did
did a
great.
reading. What did you pick?
Oh.
The second half of chapter 5 of.
Is it naughty?
Almost. They're not yet undressed at the end. They were getting there really quickly.
I don't know.
Did the room get really hot while you were reading?
I got a hot room.
And did
Basically
you
same thing.
The other Helen, Helen Perry, had finished like halfway through or at the end of a sex scene right before I had to start. So I was all shaking, and then I had to start.
Nice. It's fun though.
She got them going, you got them.
Calm down again.
Yeah.
Slightly.
No. I wouldn't call that calm down.
Maybe I should have gone in as well. Okay, you've had three half sex scenes and now comes the blood. What are you doing to us?
It's not as much the blood with you though, as it is the hurt and the pain and the
And the
angst
death and the mayhem
and the fire
Yes, it's all
and the
true.
missing body
misunderstandings
limbs.
and the doubt and oh my god. If you don't know this already, I love Amelia's series, the Inheritance series, which starts with the Jack of Thorns. And if you haven't read it, you should.
You
Everyone
should.
here has
You should
read
read
it.
it.
No. Oh my god.
Shun.
She shall be cast away from the room.
You've read Tooth and Claw.
I've read all of Tooth and Claw,
Yeah.
and I think I've read the first book 2 or 3 times. So,
The first book,
Oh,
Tooth
yeah.
and Claw.
But yeah.
That counts.
Yeah, that's
It's
okay.
fine.
We'll let you off.
We'll let you off. It's okay. So what did you think of the event?
it started really scary.
Yep.
Like, does anyone actually know me?
I think I was feeling like that.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh.
I tend to assume that no one has a clue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that way, one person comes over and they're like, I loved your book, you're like, oh my god, that's it.
I'm done for the day.
So yeah, I don't,
Yeah.
I just assume nobody knows who I am or what I'm doing.
No, me neither. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering I've only got 2 books out there that are in this genre,
Yeah.
I didn't expect anyone to have read my books or
Yeah.
to even buy the books. So anything I did.
Yeah, it was a bonus.
Yeah.
I had people come up and say, hey, I'm reading that right now. I'm like, yay!
That's nice. I have people come up going, I've got that on my Kindle.
That too. Read it then.
If it's on your Kindle, please read it.
I've got it on my Kindle.
Please read it.
Please. I love you. Yes. So yeah, good.
Yeah.
Did you feel that you got value? I'm never going to suggest that these events ever pay for themselves, but did you feel you got value from attending?
I got a lot of love from some readers.
Excellent. That's what it's all about.
And I met some reviewers, which is always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think these events are ever anything. You don't make your money back.
No,
because it's too much travel and
Yeah.
hotels and all the
definitely.
work you put to getting the swag done and ordering them and everything. I don't think you ever get those events to pay for
go,
themselves.
I'm going to break even on this one, it's not going to
no,
happen.
never.
But it's the networking value
the
of it.
networking,
You know,
yeah.
you
It's
make
the-
connections and you leave impressions on people that hopefully translate
God.
into.
Not that impression.
It's alright.
Maybe
I mean,
that
they
impression.
didn't expect the event for them to form an opinion of you. The impression of you.
But yes, I met several very lovely people.
I did as well.
Yeah, me too.
It was,
That was really nice. I actually met a couple of fans who I've been emailing back and forth with for years. Some
Awesome!
of them have been following me
Aw.
for like 2 or 3 years, even at this point. And one of them in particular, I love her. If she's watching this, I love you. We emailed back and forth when each of us were going through hard times and stuff. And so I actually met her in real life for the first time. We were like, hello. So that was really nice
that's
to be able to
amazing.
meet
Yeah.
someone who you corresponded with for years.
Yeah,
That was worth its weight in gold.
that's
So.
great.
And I met several other readers who have similarly I've emailed with a bit or I've met on Facebook or whatnot,
Yeah.
and putting those faces to names is just really nice.
Awesome.
and really awkward. When you don't know what they look like, and
Yes.
you've been talking to them for ages, and
Yes.
then they turn around their tag, because these tags
Yes.
tend to
They
turn around
flip
at the most
themselves
awkward of
around.
times.
Yes.
And you're
I
like,
just had the best
it's
idea
you.
for that. Put my name on my shirt.
I know. And there was another idea in Europride to have the name on both sides. So
Yes.
if it turns around, you still have.
Yes.
You can still read it.
I
Because
stuffed my business card in the bag, so...
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I'll wear a shirt. I mean, you've written your name on your boobs, which is good stuff.
There was just no higher shirt that I could get that wasn't a V-neck.
No, you don't have to explain yourself to me. I will look at anyone's boobs. You're okay. I thought I'll wear something that is instantly identifiable as being from one of my books. Oh, you need to have read the books. Oh dear. Yeah, so yeah, that didn't work.
with me recognizing them, yeah. I don't even know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought.
I'm really bad with both names and faces.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and sometimes
I've
it's awkward
got my
when
idea most of the time.
yeah, when readers come up to you and you know them by how they're interacting with you, but you can't see their name tag, and you're like, hi.
And you can always see that sneaky glance at the label while you're approaching or while you're talking to someone. You're like, I need to see the label before I mention any name. And they don't, and then you're like, oh, sorry, what was your name again?
No, I blatantly sit there and go, I'm sorry, I'm awfully sorry, I'm terrible with faces. Do you mind if I look at your name tag? And they immediately go, yeah,
And then
thank you
like,
very much.
oh, I know you. Hello.
Now we can converse. Now I don't feel like I'm just talking to strangers. I live at home behind my computer, so I don't have to talk to strangers.
I have to talk to strangers every day though in my line of work, and I hate it. So I do understand where you're coming from.
So I used to have a job where I had to talk to strangers every day.
Yeah.
I think everyone has.
Mm.
Sooner or later, everyone's gone through retail.
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
No.
And I actually didn't mind
Why
it.
is she even doing here? She's not.
She does.
I was really lucky. I brought around mail for like 6 months, which means you don't have to talk to anyone.
She never worked in retail. She's
Nope.
not read any of my books.
I have, just not your newest series. I have read the one that actually has sex in them.
Oh, what?
Well, if we want to discuss this.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, Inheritance has sex in it.
Yeah.
At some point.
Does. 2 onwards, there are sexy times.
I don't trust that.
I will
I
verify
don't
this.
trust
I
that.
will verify this.
Yeah, there's sexy times.
Oh yeah.
Sexy times.
Yes.
Very-
Not like with the vague edge of horror. There are some of those.
Some genuine actual sex
But
happening.
yes. There's really sweet sex. Sort of. Mostly sweet.
With the vague
See, I don't
edge of
still
horror.
don't trust them.
I'm wounded.
I also know you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, there's sexy times.
Yes. But yes, you were saying working in retail, having to talk to strangers.
Yeah.
Isn't that bad?
It was generally in retail. What you get off your customers is what you give them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you smile and are cheerful and friendly to customers, by and large, they don't feel that they're able to be horrible to you. By and large.
By and
You work in a pub, which is a very different environment.
I do.
Anyone can get leery
I
after
do
a
agree with
pint.
that. I think you can kill everyone with a smile. But then you'll have occasionally those people that you can go the extra mile and they will still be.
Yeah.
There will be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lady the other day. And
Did she have a
the way
haircut like this?
No, actually not. Not. But she was just rude for no reason, and then you're like, I wasn't rude to you. Why are you rude to me in a way? And you think, what do these people think is acceptable?
Well, what they think is,
everyday
I've
encounters?
had a bad day, and I'm not allowed to take it out on my bosses, and I'm not allowed to take it out on my peers, but I can take it out on you because you're a servant.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, no, no. The customer is always right. No, that's not actually how it goes. Yeah, so.
But yeah, working in retail gives you, I think, I don't know if it gave me or if it just played into an interest in people in general, because you meet so many people and you don't really know their backstory. So for me, it was a fun game of imagining people's backstory.
Oh yeah.
You can't tell that I'm a writer at all.
We have not done that.
I
And
once,
also,
If
yeah.
you like shopping,
I once had a lady who came into the pub, and she said, "Oh my God, you've got jazz music. Was it blues? You've got jazz music every week. I'm gonna be coming every week now." And she eventually told me basically she's been working all her life, non-stop, and she finally saved enough money to be able to take a big break from work.
yeah.
And she took 15 months off work completely, and she decided to do everything she wanted to read, all the books she never read, to watch all the films she never watched, to go to all these events she never was able to attend.
Yeah.
And it was just, I was like, I want to write a book about you.
Yeah.
This is such an incredible story.
That's
Yes,
amazing.
she was amazing, and I was talking to her, and I could see the passion and the happiness in her eyes,
Yeah.
because she'd managed to do that after such a long time with
Yeah.
being I think she was a PA or something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember. It was too long ago. But
Yeah.
it stayed with me.
Mhm.
For many years, I had a friend who was a PA, incredibly smart woman. Very, very. Because you have to be a PA. The amount of rubbish you have to juggle from people who earn 10 times as much as you, who don't even know how to book a flight or a hotel or anything. And she would juggle all these people and then wouldn't fight for a pay rise. I'm like, tell them you're worth it. Do the whole L'Oreal thing, you know. No, I'm just a PA. Oh, you're not just a PA. You're the person who makes these guys able to go about their daily lives. I mean, you do things as a PA like you buy the wives their birthday and Christmas presents because he hasn't got a clue what they might like. He doesn't even know what his own wife would like, but his PA does. And then she's like, no, there's plenty out there. I'm okay struggling to pay my mortgage, that's fine.
I love people who hate money.
I hate money.
But not in that way.
But I would like people to get money. I would very much. I'm all about democratising money. I'm a right pain in the arse. If I can find a way for you to make some money, I will tell you about it. I won't do it because I don't care. But that's why I love the internet. I love that people can create and reach their audiences directly.
Yes.
I love people who run their own YouTube channels. I love people who do things on Patreon. I love people taking control over giving their product to their audience and not having a publishing company, whether or not that's a music publisher or a book publisher or someone else deciding what they think will sell.
Yeah.
And then deciding how to market you as a commodity and deciding, because they will get it wrong quite a lot of the time. Not all the time, obviously, because they're still in business.
I think when you're indie anything, when you have your own business, you will fail and try and fail all the time, and there's no. And I think there's a lot of, especially when you attend these events or when you have chats on Facebook and you talk about things you've tried and you've not tried and things you should be trying. Everyone kind of like shames each other a little bit for not having tried that, for not writing that, for not using that and the other. And I think there's more than one ways to make money and more than one ways to be an artist and more than one ways to do things. And I think the internet is very good, but then you get those opinions and ideas of how you should be doing the job you're doing.
I did it this way, and therefore, if you do it exactly the same way,
because when I started, when I first started in 2012, and I thought I'm going to publish this book and I'm going to be a millionaire because I was given the impression that that was achievable, which I'm sure it is occasionally, but I think only hard work is what pays off.
When the stars align,
when the stars align, you will take the millions.
You
will take the thousands.
You will be consumed as Rillier rises and Cthulhu comes back and destroys us all. But you'll be rich, so it's okay. No, I very much think that people should have the ability to be their own businesses and earn their own money. And I mean, your standard big 5 publishing contract, I think the standard starting royalty rate is what, 8.5%?
Yeah.
And I had a job interview with Penguin Random House once, and I walked into their nice large marble lobby with their one desk at the far end, and it's in Pimlico, so it's not exactly the cheapest area of London, and I'm just like, this is your author's royalties. There's not a single thing paid for in here that wasn't author royalties. But you've got a nice fancy office, so that's okay. And the money they were offering me for the job was ludicrous. And I was just, in the interview, I just thought, well, I don't want this job. I don't want to get paid this money. Your authors should be earning this. Give them 10% for crying out loud. Give them 30%. I've got an idea. Give them 70%. And so I was just like, no, I don't want the job actually. But yeah, it was just the vast temple. And then they will turn around and they'll say to authors, you do it for the love, right? Because we
keep all your money.
We can feed off love.
We've got a broken bit of marble we need to replace, so and our CEO needs another yacht. So you're like, oh okay, I slave away in my cave, master. I don't mean to earn any money, I'm so sorry. But yes, I'm all for people actually, contacting their readers or their listeners or their viewers cutting out the middleman. And
You're always going to care more about your business, whatever it is, if
Yes.
it's self-publishing or if it's your own little business doing whatever. You're always going to be the one staying up late at night and worrying about the best ways to market yourself. And as much as a middleman or a third person will, do their job, they're probably not going to lose as much sleep or cry and sweat and tears and give it everything. And so.
And I've heard the other thing as well, that a lot of authors that are hybrid, they've published with, they both have been published with a publisher and self-published. They will care less about their published books through the publishers because they have less control over what happens to those
so
books.
they can't stress over it because they can't change the cover. They, I know authors that can't get the print rights, they can't get the audio rights. And and they've got covers that they absolutely loathe.
But also, ultimately, you've got no control over the pricing.
Yes.
Pricing. I met a publisher 2 years ago in the Rainbow Book Fair in New York, and they had they asked me if I wanted to write a book series retelling adult romance of fairy tales, and that's how The Guy with the Suitcase came about. But when I was looking into actually submitting to them, I looked at their pricing, and they were charging $10 for an ebook.
Oh my goodness!
And that was for a novella length
Oh my god.
book, and I thought, wait a minute.
This is lovely. I'm never going to get paid
No.
because no one's ever going to buy them.
No.
And I'm by no means suggesting that ebooks should be 99 cents and we should all
no.
live off clouds. But the fact of the matter is that people like Hachette are still charging like $17, $18 for an ebook when they'll charge $15 for the hardback.
That's why they do it.
Exactly.
Because they've invested so much in the whole mechanic around printing and printing press and everything. That's what they spend all their money on. And suddenly they get this thing, these ebooks that they have no control over. And they haven't actually invested anything in it because anyone can make them. So they haven't actually had to invest anything. So they literally are trying to just stop people buying ebooks. They are literally trying to stop people buying ebooks. If you look at any reports on this,
bonkers.
they are literally trying to do that.
And they keep reporting the ebook sales
are going down.
The amount of times they go, ebook sales are going down. Say these people who don't track ebook sales. Well done. We only track print book sales. Ebook sales are definitely going down. Don't think you know how this works.
Really well, but it's always like that. The big websites, what's it called, e-zines or whatever, news websites. They always report what's happening with the big five. They don't really look into the self-publishing indie world and the small presses, and those have, I think, it has changed in the last 5 to 7 years.
If you look at the author report things,
Yeah.
indies make up even just the ones without even their own publisher names.
Yeah.
So those that are most obviously self-publishers, they make up, I think, the largest part of the ebook sales.
Isn't it something like 60% or something?
Yeah, something like that. That's
Yeah, but,
just self-publishers that are obviously self-publishers.
But the funny thing is, Mark Coker of Smashwords puts these together every single year, and he's very, very thorough with his data. And can you get any of the media, to pick up on this? No. The Guardian just wants to publish something from Hachette or from Penguin, and ebook sales. Oh, this is terrible. Those millennials are.
The millennials.
Bloody millennials with their hardbacks, and it's like. Don't think you know that. No. But yeah, it's. But yeah, the idea that because someone in KJ Charles's group the other day was telling her off for her ebook pricing.
What?
Yeah, because it's not
Which
something.
series?
It's not something she self-published.
No.
It was one of the Love Swept books. And,
yeah.
Yeah, and she's like,
Literally got no control of
you
them.
literally have no
Nothing.
control. I'm sorry, that's not how. And she had to explain to them how publishing works.
Yeah.
I'm just like. But the idea that you could Helen author off for their pricing
Yeah.
is just mind-blowing to
But
me.
that's interesting because it shows that the industry has changed enough
Yes.
that people think that, you know, that most authors set their pricing.
Yes.
That's a relatively new phenomenon.
It is a
I'm
very
sure
new
a
thing.
couple
Yeah,
of decades ago that wouldn't
No,
have been.
you
I
wouldn't.
mean,
Not
maybe
even
people
10
would
years
have,
ago.
would have sat down and, you know, written a letter to their favourite author, but generally I think they would have
written
been.
a letter to their favourite author's publisher.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying, really now?
Yeah, and that also shows maybe the proportion of indies within certain markets, like the romance market.
Yeah.
I think sci-fi, fantasy, thrillers. You know, there's a lot of indies in certain markets,
Yes.
and readers who are accustomed to those markets might really think that most authors set their pricing and most authors
Yes.
are indie and that sort of thing, and might not understand the differences.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting phenomenon. I
It
mean, it
is.
shows how much it's grown.
Yes.
I mean, when I first published in 2012, everything was free and 99 cents, and
Yeah.
everything that was on the top best-selling list was on that price, 99-cent price range. And apparently now, well, it has changed because people seem to be less trusting of 99 cents
Yes.
and free material because basically at that time it was 2010 to 2013 where the market was still new and everyone thought they could make money out of it, so that everyone was publishing whatever crap they could come up with, and the market was over flooded with shit books that had been written.
Well, I think also, I think to begin with, you couldn't get a KDP account unless you were in the States.
Alright.
It's
okay.
one of those things that they've rolled out, like all the other things they've rolled out. And so there just weren't many people who had access to KDP. And so you could gain good traction by making a book free or by making it 99
Yeah.
cents. Whereas now, if you try to put out a book for free or 99 cents, people go, oh, go on, another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's now people, it's this whole perception of value thing. Now
Yeah.
people see a full price book and go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have confidence in your product.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
You obviously think it's worth $4.99, so maybe I should think it's worth $4.99 as well. Instead of, oh God, you don't think much of that, do you? You're only charging 99 cents for it.
Yes.
That's like, that's
Even though in MF romance,
yeah, that's perfect.
nearly all good-selling titles are 99-cent titles. They
Okay.
hit
I
the
didn't know
top
that.
lists. They hit the top lists with the 99-cent titles, and they put the pricing up
Mhm.
after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's how long they keep the. Because there's a book right now by a friend of mine. It's still in the top 100. It's been there since the end of May. It's still 99 cents because it's still up high.
Yeah.
And she's
Well-
not putting the price up until it starts dropping.
Well, it's also interesting because, again, if you think about the flood of books that have been published, because there are more books volume-wise being published year on year,
Yeah.
and if you have a limited book budget, and you would think, okay, well, I can buy 10 99-cent books, but you can also only read so many books.
Yeah.
So if you are downloading 10 books and 5 of them are terrible and, 3 of them are pretty good and 2 of them are great, you might start to think, okay, well, it's not pricing that really matters, but it's quality,
Yeah.
because I can't read all of these books anyway,
Yeah.
and so that can definitely lead naturally to wanting
Yes.
to pay more.
I'm quite
Yeah.
happy to pay an author for their work.
Yeah.
Yes.
As
Yeah.
long as it's good, and
Yes.
then it kind of
Yeah.
starts to,
Snowball from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I've noticed, especially in MM recently, it's leaving the $2.99 price point behind and it's settling on the $3.99
Yes.
price point.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Full price releases at $3.99 or even something $4.99.
Yeah.
full
Yes,
price
I think in the MM genre because we kind of have a closer community. We kind of know, have a bit more in touch with authors and readers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
readers do realize that when we buy it for $2.99 for 99 cents, they get
yeah, they
nothing.
get absolute peanuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people are more willing to
Yes.
pay more. And I think more personalities are coming through in this genre as it clears itself out with all these small precious publishers going under and these people quitting because there's no more money in this business
There's
or
no money.
whatever.
I'm going back to a day job. Goodbye. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot of people who quit the job 5 years ago and now they're going back to full-time work
Yeah.
because there's no money in it or there's no millions in it or
Yeah.
whatever that is, and it's like, why did you expect to make millions in the first place?
I know. Why aren't you writing 50 Shades of Grey?
I was going to
from
say,
Millions?
James is why they think they can make millions.
Yeah.
Even though she's technically not self-published.
She
She never was.
No, she never
No,
was.
no.
She never was. She published her fan fiction
Yeah.
online, which, okay, depending on your interpretation of self-publishing, you could call it that, but that was fan fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it wasn't
a-
published through KDP on Amazon, available to buy and download. It was
Nothing.
on a proper fanfiction site.
It was a
so-
fan fiction website. Literally, fanfiction.net,
Yeah.
I think, even. So, like, probably the most famous fanfiction website. A friend of a reader of her work then sort of saw how popular it was, but the series had ended.
Mm.
And people were going, this is so sad it's ended. And they went, well, you know, we can print a couple of copies. It's going to be fun. You know, you've got a lot of fans and they wanted to try something new. They were like, you know, it sounds like a good idea. You've got a lot of fans and we'll probably make our money back on it.
Yeah.
So they did that. And
But it was through a publishing
that was
house.
through an actual publisher in,
Yeah.
I think,
Oh.
Australia.
Yeah. I
And
think I read that. Yeah.
Why did everybody say that she was self-published?
Basically, what's happened is one journalist somewhere decided she was self-published because they got the wrong end of the stick.
Wow.
And then everyone just keeps citing that one
even though
article.
it's on her website.
Yeah.
She has a.
She's very much clearly laid out that she.
There was
yeah.
some, like, she was like, were you yourself? No, it's literally on her website. But
You get articles
copy
on the
of
Guardian
those
that go,
books.
she was self-published, and you're like,
no,
she really was not. You
no,
know.
it's
Yeah.
the publisher printed the copies,
Yeah.
and they were sold out in like no time.
Yeah.
And they were, I think, a couple of thousand copies.
Mm.
You know, publishers would kill to get that many copies sold out in the time that
Yeah.
she sold them.
Yeah.
So then a bigger publisher gets their hand on a copy, hears
Yeah.
about it, gets their hand on a copy, and goes, "This is a good idea. We need her."
Yeah.
So that's when she got with a big publisher,
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
and that's basically her story, which is an amazing story in itself.
And
It's
you'll
just
still get.
so
It's
sad.
just not a self-publishing story.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. And there'll be like, you know, self-published authors like E.L. James and Andy Weir. And it's like, yeah, Andy Weir did. But again, he still didn't do the whole, I'm going to write a book and put it on Amazon. He did the sensible thing of having like a chapter a week or however often it was released on his blog, and he built a following.
Yeah.
Just like E.L. James built a following.
Yeah.
And then once you have this vast following, you can actually release a book and earn money for it.
Yeah.
But until then...
Well, that's what C.S. Cat did with
Captain Prince, yeah.
It was, yeah, she had a huge following, and then the poor bastards had to wait however long it was between 2 and 3. Yeah.
5 minutes.
I read all 3 books in 4 days. But yeah, because she had this amazing following to
Yeah.
sort of not guarantee there would be interest.
That would definitely help. And that's one example, I think, of making luck happen.
Yes,
for you,
very
which
much
I think
so.
is a common theme in the industry, because a lot of the time it seems like this lucky spark, but in reality,
C.S. Cat has appeared out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After 5 years of
Building a-
incredibly hard work.
Building a following for 5 years
Exactly.
for free.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, it's like, oh my god, she's come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's probably doing what E.L. James is doing, which is sitting at home banging her head against the keyboard going, I worked my arse off! Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but it's taking away like all the hard work that they put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're literally saying you just had luck.
Oh, it's
You had no work, you had luck.
It's just,
Mhm.
just released at the right time, and it was magic. And they're like,
And even when it is a relatively magical spark for whatever reason, a particular book or a
Yeah.
particular author, generally it's set up very deliberately to try and create that magic. And maybe it won't happen for this book, but you do it with the next book and the next book, and then maybe something will catch. But even if it doesn't, you're still slowly building that following.
Yeah.
So it's a, I think, important lesson for authors, and
Yes.
not waiting around for that spark.
Hey, I didn't.
one day my spark will come. Fanfiction.net, you say? I should write some fanfiction.
I read a lot of fan fiction. It was basically how I learned most of my English.
I'm
But I tried writing it and I couldn't. So I moved to Fiction Press, I think it's called, which is a sub website from them, which is original fiction.
Oh, okay.
And I published, serial there.
Yeah.
Under a different pen name, so and it's way old, so I'm not even revealing anything. But, yeah, that's where I started because I was reading a lot of fan fiction and I was like, I can't play with somebody else's characters. I just play with my own.
That's it.
See, I spent a decade teaching myself how to write.
Yeah.
Because of Harry Potter
Yeah.
and fan fiction, and I gained following and learned a lot and published a whole trilogy, and you know that, which again I'm not going to mention. It's fine. It's all over mistakes, but it's fine. But you know, so there's a lot of value I think in that, and being able, you know, we were talking about the internet earlier, and you know all the advantages and stuff. I definitely taught myself how to write by playing in someone else's sandbox and discovering all the pitfalls and learning what readers wanted.
Yes.
So I think
Getting
some
that
people have said,
feedback
"Oh,
was
you
really important."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I've only been published this year, and it's like, you know, I keep calling myself a newbie, but actually I've been at this for like 15 years. You know, I've been a writer for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's just only now I've taken the leap and started, you know, with my own characters. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of hard work. It's you know, you earn it. You really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been able to write fan fiction. I've read it, never been able to write it because, like I say, I'm no good at playing with other people's characters. Very good at playing with my own. Absolutely horrific too.
We are aware.
But I think fan fiction is an excellent way to learn to be a writer.
Absolutely.
If you'd like to be a writer, because you do get that feedback.
Yeah.
If you just sit at home lovingly rewriting the same 6 sentences until they're perfect,
Yeah.
and you never show them to an audience, you don't know whether or not they're any good because an audience has not torn them apart.
Well, that's what I did with so I worked on a trilogy for about a decade or so. I wrote it as a teenager, and then I had a time off, and then I spent 3 years. It's 530,000 words long, and I loved, and it was fucking mental. It was bonkers. You know, I created all these original characters, and like I loved it, and I released it into the world thinking it was going to change my life.
Yeah.
And it did change my life because I realised it wasn't what people were looking for.
Yeah.
It you know, people would read the first book and then it got too mental, so they the second book, and then nobody really read the third book, which was my favourite, and it had the most original characters and the most original stuff, but nobody ever got that far because I'd made all these mistakes that had turned people off. So that taught me so much, but it taught me not to be isolated.
Yeah.
When I was working on that trilogy, I wasn't reading fan fiction. I didn't know that AO3 even existed.
Yeah.
And when I did that and I put it out, and I was like, what am I going to do now? And that's when I tripped and fell into what we call slash in the fan fiction world, which is MM. And I was like, I thought I wasn't a romance writer. This trilogy had very little romance. It was MF. And then I discovered that I did not only love romance, but I was actually pretty good at it, and people loved it, and you know, and then it snowballed from there. But it taught me not to be isolated. It taught me to listen to what people wanted and what they didn't want, and you know, the kind of things that you can avoid before you step out to the big wide world and say, here's my book and my characters, my babies,
Babies.
all the babies,
Babies.
Yeah, that kind of ties into one thing I see, and generally it's from very new writers, is that fear of sharing their book or sharing even the idea behind their book because someone might steal it. And yet...
Yeah.
And it's like...
My stuff's all out there for free. Please don't steal it.
I heard that comment today, that I don't think I could write any story because everything has been covered. And I said, well, of course, everyone is covering each other's story because there's no origin.
There's only like 12 story
Exactly.
archetypes.
Yeah.
Depending on who you are.
And all you do is rework them and rewrite them and
do
give
your
your
own
own
take.
take. That's what people
Exactly.
buy.
And if you
your own
don't
take.
like your spin on that, someone else is going to anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
if you believe in synergy or whatever it is, you know, shared mind meld ideas, it seems to happen a lot. Like, the same idea will come up, and you see it in published books too all the time,
Yeah.
both like traditionally published and indie.
No, I've got an idea. Are you ready for this? There's a young lady.
Oh,
God, okay.
Wait, we're getting lady bits into this.
We're getting lady. There's a young lady, and she's absolutely convinced that no man could ever love her. Okay, nobody.
I like her already.
She's clumsy.
Is she gonna go for the ladies then?
She's clumsy. She can barely walk in a straight line, and she meets a
She's
really,
not good at sports.
Really rich. She's terrible at sports. She meets
But then
a really
apparently
rich
sometimes
guy.
catches the ball really well.
No, she meets a really rich guy, falls in on her arse in front of him, obviously.
Obviously.
And he just thinks to himself, my God, I love ditzy girls. And then, you know, happily ever after.
The rest is history.
Have I sold this book to you yet?
No, wait.
Because I can think of at least 20 authors who've written that book.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, it's not like, even if your idea has a new spin on a particular mechanic, if it's a sci-fi fantasy and you're doing a new thing with vampires or whatnot, the overall idea is still not so completely unique that someone else won't write it. And then you sit there and go, well, I could have written this, or I could have published this, or I have written this, but I haven't published it. And that's really disappointing. Don't do that.
I promise you 100%, if you really have written something genuinely unique, good luck selling it.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to read it.
Because nobody knows it's there to look for it. Nobody knows that this unique thing exists. So they can't type it into the search box because they don't know what it is.
Yeah. Which is another advice that I heard early on, and I followed it on my next project, is share about your book before you even start writing it. When you have the idea, when you have the plot, when you have the when you think you will finish it, anything that will help people get behind the idea and get that following happening. And I definitely saw that with a guy with a suitcase.
Well, today, like I sold a good number of books, I'm happy, but I got rid of pretty much all of my postcards for the one I'm working on now. Because people picked it up, they went, oh, that's a pretty cover, read the blurb, and were like, right, well, I'm going to look out for that. And it's like, yeah, I've got 11,000 words. This is why I'm working on it right now. But, you know,
you take that.
I'll be right back with you. So, you know, they're excited already. And, you know, Mickey Taylor, who was like one of my guests of honours today, he was like, where's this book? And I was like, it's here.
Everything is read now.
But yeah, you know, the more people are excited and engaged, you know, you hope when you release it that will result in better sales.
And it does help you throughout the process as well. If you
Yeah.
know that there are people waiting for it to be
You
released.
who want it.
Yeah, you know, people are
Or not,
excited.
or not, or just put you on a really big marker you don't write for a couple of months.
But I also
I
think
don't know
for
what you're
that,
talking about.
but I also think for that to happen is finding your niche, finding
Yes.
your market, and finding your readers. Otherwise, you kind of like shooting a what's it? Where's the expression?
A thing into another thing.
just yeah.
Not
Shooting
very
into empty
useful.
space into kind of going.
Passing into the wind. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Basically.
Yeah, because people will come to you because, you know, you don't want to be like rigid, but at the same time it's like, oh, I love this author because, you know, I've definitely got good go-to authors when I want something that doesn't require any brain power and it's just a nice, happy, fluffy book.
Yeah.
Or, oh my god, I know they're going to rip my heart out, but they will give it back to me.
Oh!
That's the
You want it back again.
in one piece.
That's what the readers want.
Oh yeah, it's like
You can steal just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
so tasty. But also, what?
It's fine.
It's okay. This book's tormented. But yeah, you can't be writing a paranormal romance and then your second book is a contemporary romance and then your third book is a space opera with no romance. You know, if
And then a thriller, and then a...
yeah, because then readers don't know what to come to you for.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of the basic branding.
Yeah.
Very basic branding. You know,
Yeah.
what am I going to write?
Yeah.
Is the most basic branding you can have.
As a writer.
And
But
sometimes
words.
Yeah.
No, specific words.
Sometimes people do manage to do cross-genre, but they also tend to have strong themes within their work.
Yes.
That then, you know, people are looking for, I don't know, family kind of read, or, you know, there would be billionaires, whether they're paranormal or contemporary or whatnot, so there'll be some other theme that unites their work.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's very important.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't know where I was going. Carry on.
I think with newbie authors especially, I'm not particularly in this genre, because I think if you are in this genre already, you have looked for your niche and kind of know where you're going.
Yeah.
But people that have wanted to write or been writing but not published anything, and even I, in the beginning, they would tell me, oh, so what's your market? What's your target audience? And you'd be like, everyone can read my book.
Yes.
But that's not very true.
No.
Not everyone
I
wants to
started
read your
writing
books.
in 2015.
Yep.
I started writing what I thought was erotica. Then I was set straight by
What is that?
my erotica had too much plot. Basically.
Needs more penis.
Oh no, it just needed more story and being moved to a romance.
What you've got there is romance.
Yeah, just really sex heavy romance.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Which is fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And
if you've got a story in there and a happily ever after, that's not erotica really.
No.
Yeah, I had the exact same problem. I started in 2013, and I started with allegedly erotica short stories, but I had the same problem as I kept building up the backstory and the characters.
I
making sure
wrote
had it
serial.
there.
I also wrote serial for these. So I know.
That's
I have
very
too many
practical.
ideas. But then I, for a project, I then had to write within a couple of days a new story, and that was made to the alpha. Something that until that point, nobody, I think, or at least very few people had ever heard of MPrag.
Yeah, very few people in MM on the actual publishing
Yeah,
for
so
side of
it's-
things
Yeah.
was doing MPreg.
I was very surprised to see it was
Yeah.
was a thing because it's
Things-
huge
yeah,
in
it
fan
was,
fiction,
yeah.
but
Things
I
that
didn't.
do
yeah,
well
I
in
know,
fan
that's
fiction
how I
take a
knew
long
about
time
it.
to
Yeah,
cross into MM.
But I think that we were talking about fan fiction earlier. I think that's we're seeing more and more because it's like
Yeah.
people are crossing over from
Yeah.
I've written and read fan fiction and now we're going to take it.
And we
So
are
bringing
really
those
taking
ideas with
Yeah.
like
us.
the Omega verse that's
Mm.
really big in fan fiction
Yeah.
into these novels.
And why
we
shouldn't
are
you be
using
writing it as original stories?
yeah,
Why
but
not?
we are using literally because there's like one article that's on that's used a lot when you work with Omegaverse. It's actually a fanfiction resource. It's a fanfiction resource on a fanfiction website,
Yeah.
but it's the best resource if you're looking into writing Omegaverse
Mm.
and MPrag and stuff like that. It's the best resource,
Mm.
and we share it around all the time because it is the best there is for it.
Yes.
And it's been around. I think the article's been around for 10 years.
But
We still use it.
something like that will have been developed by people because they love it. It's not
Yes.
been
Yeah.
developed by a publishing house or you know
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it's not
Hollywood
style
is very
guide or
bad for
anything.
just trying to give people what they think they want and not running risks. Whereas if you're doing it for free because you love it, you
Yes.
get to develop these ideas through passion, and you know you're not trying to sell a bottom line. You're not
Yeah.
trying to pay your rent or whatever. So you know it can be thoroughly developed and crafted into something that people really really care about.
Yeah.
And then voila, you've got a manual to then
Mhm.
transfer that into something that you can work with in an original setting, which is really it's really exciting. It's kind
It
of
was
that
really
creativity without
Yes.
the pressure of having to have success.
Yeah.
So you know, it's
Because
really great
at
to
that
see.
point, I actually searched it. I searched MPrag,
mm,
and I saw that they were hitting, I think, 5,000 rank on the Amazon store.
Mm.
I was like, that's something I want to go for.
mm.
Like, if that's where I'm seeing these, and I'm like, I've never hit that high before. So, you know, I'm going to focus on that. That seems like something reasonable that's not that well known, but since I've read a lot of fanfiction,
Mm.
I can replicate what I know.
And you know
Into
that
a
there's
new
an
story.
audience out there because people
Because
are
this-
reading it and they want it.
Yeah, and then it hit big.
Mm.
We were suddenly hitting in the hundreds
Yeah.
on these type of stories, which seemed to come out of nowhere.
Again, a lot of hard work.
There's a lot of hard work from a lot of people
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah,
and somehow we hit it
Yeah.
at that point.
yeah.
We found something that was, you know, it was new, it was different, but it has such a long backstory on it.
Mm.
That, and we were able to have such a foundation to work from.
Yeah.
We had resources we could look at, we had people who could ask questions,
Yeah.
and we could work with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was totally new, we could work with it.
Mm. But if you're not part of that sphere, you're like,
Yeah,
oh my
no.
god, what's this? It's totally new.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
people
God.
even now, people go, what? That's a thing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's been a thing for 2 years.
So what's the current hotness in fan fiction? Because
That's going to be in 15 years.
that will be the thing in MM in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is now.
Let's make notes.
Does it happen to be florists?
Drug addicts.
They've always done drug addicts.
Heroin addicts,
Shucks.
telekinetics? The next big thing? Dear. Yes.
I think we've covered
Yeah, I
a
think
few
we've
topics.
Yeah.
We've covered like 20 topics.
Well, that was really interesting. Thank you very much.
No, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Being here. And yeah, if you wanted to say the last few words about your work.
Buy
Buy my books.
I'll put links to everyone's website and books on the description below. So if you wanted to check out their work, you're more than welcome to. I'm sure they will appreciate it.
If we just throw money at readers, please, it's money, buy my book.
And yeah, thank you. See you guys next week.
Bye.